You can see Jacob do shit. Yeah. He was doing behind the back elbow passes. He was.
Hey, his name was White Chocolate.
Yeah, his nickname was White Chocolate.
And the scripture said, I mean, not the scripture. The book quoted that the women were enamored.
Yeah.
When you look up the word enamored, it goes back to enamor, which I'm sure that's Latin. That literally means in love. These women are going to be the same way again. And during the time of Jacob's trouble, and during the time when all hell breaks loose in America, because all hell is going to break loose in America, because the Bible references it, which the Bible is full of the prophecies spoken from the mouth of the one true Lord Yahweh. So they will come to pass. Hey, in the book of Apocrypha, the 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. It says that the women shall mourn having no husbands, because their husbands shall be killed in the wars. There's going to be a lot of women that's killed in the wars, but there's going to be way more men that's killed in the wars. Because the men outnumber women in this moment. There's about, what, 10 women to one man? Yeah, the women outnumber the men.
Probably more.
But I want to get something just to show you the curlishness and the villainy of the so-called white man. And this is 2nd Maccabees, the 14th chapter, starting around verse 21. It says, "And I appointed a day to meet in together by themselves. And when the day came, and stools were set for either of them," because this is, matter of fact, I'll start at 18. It says, nevertheless, Nicanor hearing, which Nicanor was a Greek. He was a so-called Edomite. All right? It says, Nicanor, hearing of the manliness of them that were with Judas, and the courageousness that they had to fight for their country, durst not try the matter by the sword. So this is the so-called white man has that same spirit on him right now, because basically you don't want to fuck with Jake on a carnal level, man. That's something that they don't wanna have pop off. That's the reason why they're planning meticulously. You know, they're looking at every little they're weighing everything to see every little outcome, because they know once they get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. That's the reason why they create all of these automatic weapons, these M16. They don't just do that just because they want to show them off. No, they're doing it because they're afraid, man. They're afraid of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. If we stood up, and also another thing, they go to an extent to take the knowledge of this out of our mind, man. Because if we woke up to who Yahweh or Yahweh Shai was as a whole nation, man, the Most High will turn and fight for us, and He'll be there for us, man. So they go throughout every measure to make sure that Jake are asleep. If we all woke up, man, and to who we are, and there's no way that the so-called white man can see us, man, and that's gonna happen. That day is gonna come once the elect is sealed up. Yeah. It says, "Wherefore he sent Posidonius and Theodotus and Mattathias to make peace. So then they had taken long advisement thereupon, and the captain had made the multitude acquainted therewith, and it appeared that they were all of one mind. They consented to the covenants, and appointed a day to meet in together by themselves. And when when the day came, and stools were set for either of them, Judas placed armed men ready in convenient places, lest some treachery should be suddenly practiced by the enemies. So they made a peaceable conference. Now Nicanor abode in Jerusalem and did no hurt, but sent away the people that came flocking unto him. And he would not willingly have Judas out of his sight, for he loved the man from his heart. Now pray him also to take a wife and to beget children. So he married, was quiet, and took part of this life. But Alcimus, perceiving the love that was betwixt them, and considering the covenants that were made, came to Demetrius and told him that Nicanor was not well affected toward the state, for that he had ordained Judas, a traitor to his realm, to be the king's successor. Then the king, being enraged, provoked with the accusations of the most wicked man, wrote to Nicanor, signifying that he was much displeased with the covenants, and commanding him that he should send Maccabeus prisoner in all haste unto Antioch. When this came to Nicanor's hearing, he was much confounded in himself, and took it grievous, and that he should make void the articles which were agreed upon, the man being in no fault. But because there was no dealing against the king, he watched his time to accomplish the thing by policy. Notwithstanding, when Maccabeus saw that Nicanor began to be churlish unto him, and that he entreated him more roughly than he was wont, perceiving that such sour behavior came not of good, he gathered together not a few of his men and withdrew himself from the common. So that's just how the so-called white man is, you know. Hey, he outweighs. He look at all of the different outcomes, and he weighed up in the balance, and then he says, okay, well, let me try to do something about policy. So he tries to pass certain legislations. But then you see the scripture says, hey, he dealt with him courteously. Because the so-called white man will make a covenant with you, and then later on down the line break the same covenant that he made with you. Is that a brother? No, that's not a brother, man. A brother wouldn't do that to you. The so-called white man is not your brother, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to wake up and realize that.
This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth, curl. Curl.
I was just pointing out that word.
Verse 7, the instruments also of the curl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Okay. Oh, you what's the definition of it?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7, the instruments of the curl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
And who's the poor? That's Jake. And when the needy speaketh right, we're speaking right things of Yahweh Shem Shai, his prophecies and his words, but they still divide them wickedly against us. They gonna try to put brothers in prison, put brothers to death, but we're speaking right things. We're speaking what's right in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shai. Starting with our apostles and elders, man. This is what's right. This is the right thing, but people want to come against it, man. You got fucking faggots and homosexuals walking around, but people come up against this. That's why the world. That's why it says the turning of the world upside the world the turning of things upside down, man. Everything's out of whack. Everything's fucking destroyed. You got the word.
This is curl. It says an impolite and mean-spirited person, archaic, a miser, a person of low birth, a peasant.
Hey, a peasant, man. Y'all used to be called bowers and shit. You're oh yeah, Joe 30. Man, you're a peasant, man. You devising wickedness against what's right and against the poor. Even Jake in these low estates, but you still putting hell on them, man. Jake in these, you got homeless Jake, a homeless Jake out here to get woke up,
sent to jail.
Yeah, sent to jail, or woke up and like you gotta move, man. You already, where you gonna move to? Where you gonna go? He gonna go to the next spot. You gonna follow him. He got. Yeah, he gonna walk around the corner. He ain't there no more.
Which it shouldn't even be that way. It shouldn't be that way. If this was a righteous kingdom, it'll be a welfare state. This would be a place that's conditioned and convenient for all people to live, like in the land of Israel. There wasn't homeless people that were living on the streets like that. You had homeless people that actually had houses.
There'll just be a servant.
And there'll be a servant. And then 7 years later down the line, you would send them out with their own substance.
Yep.
And if they were poor, they wouldn't have to go even now. One thing the so-called white man does do, I mean, he has a welfare system set up to where but it's only conducive for women that kick that man out of the house.
This is Zechariah chapter 1 verse 15. It says, "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the afflictions." You know, and that's pretty much what the brother's talking about. You know, they don't let up. You know, they want to sell shit. You buy the shit. It ain't enough that they got your money. They want to tax you on the same shit you already bought. You know,
Tax you.
yeah, and then you know, like all of it, like the brother was talking about the unrighteous decrees. You know, it's no stopping this damn devil. You know, if gathered enough grapes, when not they, you know,
Let's go grab it.
you know,
go get that.
pull it out.
Go get that. You getting that Hebrews?
It just don't make no damn sense how fucking evil he is. Like old boy said in what was that? Why did I get married? He said that to the nigga bitch. Why you so damn evil? That's the white man. he like, I don't know. That's how he answers too. You say, why you so damn evil? The motherfuckers say, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, devil a lie. He'll smirk at you and laugh.
It says that he's the fathers of lies.
Yeah.
Fathers of lies. You got Hebrew. I mean, not Hebrew. Obadiah.
Obadiah 1.
One I started before. And then he called. You got it.
This is Obadiah.
Where it comes from. I think it's verse 5. Okay, yeah.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the great gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Yeah, this motherfucker takes everything.
Take rather than just taking the little amounts of oil you need, you just take all of it out of her. Rather than like when if somebody robbed Israelite for just say you got 40 you got a vineyard, you got 40 fusses of grape, and somebody stole 4 of them. They'll just let that shit go, man. But,
when you're, because there's a law on that.
yeah.
When you're gleaning your grapes, or when you go to reap your grapes, you're supposed to take only enough.
Yeah.
But then the rest that's remaining, you're supposed to leave that for the poor, the fatherless, and the widows. You're not supposed to take all of it. But yet this cracker takes all of it, and then knowing that the poor, the fatherless, and the widows don't have any money, he tries to fucking sell it to them. Tell me that's not wicked.
And our people was doing that in the book. When you read the book of Nehemiah,
Yep.
we was acting like niggas, you know, oppressing our own people, you know, putting heavy burdens on them, you know, what they say, confiscating they property if, you know, they was in debt, you know, not honoring the Sabbath year, the year of Jubilee, when you relinquish all the debts, you know. And you know, when our people, they learn from the devil, you know, like that's what the scripture said, you are of your father, the devil. That's right. You know, and our people follow right behind him. They love the system.
God.
Hang on, I got what you were talking about.
Because when you go to the time of Yahushua, all of those people that were in the high positions in the society at that time, they were friends of the Romans. The same way you got certain jakes that are in high positions right now that are friends with the so-called white man. And that's what's keeping them on top. And you had the high priest that was befriending them. They were working together. They all was getting money together. I'm pretty sure that